Before that, we played Orleans, where we lost 5-2.
Yeah, Bourne was coming off a 4-game winning streak, dropped the one to Orleans 5-2. It was a solid game, but just more from both the pitching and the hitting you would have wanted. The hitting wasn't as good as they were in the winning streak, the pitching the same. You allow those 5 runs, that's kind of resorting back to what this team was doing when they were in that losing skid and allowing a lot of runs. Hopefully the off day yesterday helped them reset and they can get back on track and look for closing on that 500 ball and maybe a winning percentage above 500 soon.
Yeah. Adam, more specifically, what's something you saw in that Orleans game that they need to switch up for tonight to get the win?
Well, the offense just wasn't where it needs to be, just 2 runs in that game. The offense in general through the first half of the season just hasn't been great. Bourne is worst in the league when it comes to runs scored. So, they got to get that going. We saw during that 4-game winning streak some flashes, a couple of big innings, 5 runs in the game on 4th of July, 6 runs after that. So, we know that they have it in them. We just need to see it now on a more consistent basis of those big innings and see this team put up some crooked numbers.
Well, Noah Franco is back from Team USA, and he'll be taking the mound for us tonight for the second time against Hyannis.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. Last time it wasn't great. Didn't have a lot of innings, but he'll maybe be able to be a little bit more fleshed out today. He's been focusing a little bit more on pitching recently, and today presents a great opportunity for him to go out there, pitch well against the best team in the West Division.
Well, thanks for joining me, guys. More pregame coverage coming up next, and first pitch at 6 p.m. Ariel, Tamir-Pinsky now joined by Lyle Alenstein. Lyle, we've played Hyannis one other time this season, all the way back in June. Can you remind us a little bit about what happened that game?
8-5 loss. They fell behind early, really quickly. Noah Franco made his own 6 2/3 innings so far this year for the Harbor Hawks. Hasn't give up any runs. He's really controlled with his approach. Only 4 walks. Really talented pitcher. The Bourne got to get some early.
Thanks for joining me, Lyle. We have an interview with Noah Franco coming up next, and first pitch will be at 6 p.m. Ariel, Tamir-Pinsky now joined by starting pitcher Noah Franco from TCU. Noah, you were with us in the beginning of the summer. You left for a little bit to be with Team USA, and you're back. Anything you're taking from that Team USA experience back to here on the Cape?
Yeah, the one thing I'm taking from Team USA to now and the rest I'm done playing is just not taking anything for granted. Not many people are given the opportunity to compete for a spot on Team USA, and even not everyone's able to compete for a spot on a team at the Cape. So just very thankful for all the opportunities I've been given and just to take that day by day.
Yeah, and you started once here on the Cape before you went to USA, and it was against Hyannis. I know it was a while ago, but there's some familiar batters going up against you. Any kind of different strategy going up against them?
The first time and this time, it's going to be the same strategy. We're just going to attack each batter, and just each pitch I throw, I'm going to have an idea behind it and have a plan, and just going to execute that plan.
And I know you both pitch and bat, but on the Cape, you'll just be focusing on pitching now. Anything specifically you're looking to develop in your pitching?
Yeah, I was given opportunity to pitch last year, but with me playing the outfield every day or DHing every day, it really shrunk the amount of times I could get on the field to pitch. But in bullpens at school and even bullpens here, I'm just trying to pick the mind of the pitching coach and the head coach on what I could use for my fastball, slider, cutter, changeup, etc. But basically just keep learning how to develop into a pitcher rather than just be a thrower.
Well, thanks for joining me. Good luck tonight.
After an off day of rest, it's Game 20 in the Cape Cod Baseball League between the Bourne Braves and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. The Braves will make their first appearance today at McKeon Park, and finally we'll see every single away stadium in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Devon, Jarvis alongside Adam Gotkin for your coverage on the radio today. It's great to have you with us. And Adam, this Bourne team has had their best week yet. Went 4-1 last week and finished it on a loss to Orleans. But overall, the spirits are high, and there's not too much to complain about the state of this team.
Yeah, the last 5 games have been really good with 4 wins in there, but you go back before that, it was a 5-game losing streak. That means the key today for Bourne is to get back into the win column and don't allow this season to be one of streaks, because that's what it's been so far. A 3-game win streak, 5-game losing streak, 4-game winning streak, and now they're coming into this game off of a loss. You don't want this season to be all streaks. Pick up a win today and break that up.
The Hyannis Harbor Hawks started out the season extremely hot. Right now they're 3-5-2 in their last 10. They're slowing down a little bit. But part of that start of the season was a win against the Bourne Braves all the way back on Thursday, June 19th. So it's been quite a bit of time when the Bourne Braves lost to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks at home by a score of 8-5. These are two very different teams now, Adam. And you come into today where Bourne is a little bit more hot. The Hyannis Harborhawks not as much. And the pitching matchup is sure to be an interesting one. Thomas Crabtree on the mound for the Harborhawks and Noah Franco on the bump for Bourne. I want to ask you about Noah Franco. We haven't seen him pitch or play at all since that game against the Harborhawks on the 19th. Came to Team USA, now is back here in Bourne. What are you expecting out of the freshman out of TCU?
I'm expecting for him to have a bounce-back start compared to his last time out where, he allowed the first four guys that he saw to reach base on 3 singles and a walk and allowed a run to score before he got his first out. And I say that just because Noah Franco is a good pitcher. He showed it off in his freshman year at TCU. He got the call to Team USA for a reason, and it's because he's got really good stuff. So, we'll see what he does today. It'll be interesting. It's his first time pitching in almost 3 weeks out here on the Cape. But, I think that if you're Scott Landers, that there's confidence in Franco because of his pedigree.
Yeah, he had a really solid season at TCU. He had a 7.3 ERA overall in 12 1/3 pitched, but if you eliminate some of the bad starts, it was just an exceptional outing for him. In 8 total games, 6 of them he allowed 1 run or less, so there's a lot to be happy about there. But you mentioned that last time he came in for the Braves. He earned the loss against Hyannis on the 19th, pitching 2 innings, had 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 2 Ks. So maybe we get to see a little bit more fleshed out Noah Franco today, which would be very nice here at McKeon Park. He is only pitching from here on out in the Bourne Braves season. Started the year as a 2-way. Even got a home run at one point, so he's a dangerous bat, but will finish the rest of his season as a Brave, only as a PO. For the Harborhawks, this team has had some ups and downs recently, but on the bump for them, Thomas Crabtree, he's a special talent, Adam.
He's been spectacular this year. The hurler that was last at Tennessee and is transferring to Southern Miss, and we expect to be one of Southern Miss's key weekend guys next season. And, of course, that's a program that hosted a regional this year. He's a really solid right-hander, 6'4", 202, and he's been nothing short of spectacular this summer. In 2 starts, he's gone 6 2/3, given up just 2 hits, no runs. The control has been there, just 4 walks in that span. He has struck out 7. Crabtree has done everything and more that Mitch Carricker could have asked from him, and today he looks to keep that going. He's got a 3-pitch mix, fastball, changeup, curveball, really mixes it up well, and just does a good job of getting outs and not trying to, put himself in bad situations. He, keeps things clean, keeps runners on the base paths with a whip below 1, and he doesn't allow runs.
The Bourne Braves lineup goes back to basics today. A lot more familiar faces compared against Orleans. So, Adam, why don't you take it away and give us our starting lineups?
Riker Waite leads things off for the Bourne Braves and plays shortstop. He is in the leadoff spot for now the 7th straight game for the Braves. Or actually, the 8th straight game for the Braves in the leadoff spot for Riker Waite. Logan Hughes bats second and plays in left field. He has played in now all 20 games this season. Cam Kojo bats third. He is playing second base today, and the cleanup spot is Kahio Aloy. He's playing in right field. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Cade Lewis. He leads Bourne with 13 RBIs. Batting sixth is Braden Holcomb, another one of the Braves who's played in every game this season. He's back to playing third base, where he's been spectacular this season. Batting seventh is the center fielder, John LeGrand, and the number 8 spot's the designated hitter, Gavin Kelly. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Campbell Smithwick. For the Hyannis Harborhawks, it's Jake Schaffner who leads things off and plays shortstop. Batting second is Matthew Mura. He's the designated hitter. And the number 3 spot is the second baseman, Ryan McKay. Batting cleanup is the first baseman, Gabe Camacho. Batting fifth for the Harborhawks today in right field is Sawyer Black. He's playing in just his 3rd game of the summer. Jeff Luigi is batting 6th and playing in left field. Jason Walk bats 7th. He is the center fielder today. Brody Briggs bats 8th. He is catching, and batting 9th is Charlie Bates, the 3rd baseman.
Well, it's the West Division's #1 team in the Hyannis Harborhawks taking on the Bourne Braves. We will step aside for our national anthem. Be back in just a few moments for first pitch.
They will be accompanied by Granddad David Anthony, Director of Asset Management for the town of Barnstable, and his mom, Mary Ann Anthony, the matriarch of the family, and Paul's great-grandmother. Congratulations to 4 generations on the Harborhawks pitching mound. All time, we ask that you please rise if you can and remove your hats and join in the singing of our national anthem, which will be performed tonight by Phoebe Gill.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last evening, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's Phoebe Gill, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Phoebe. Appreciate it.
First pitch coming up at McKeon Park between the Bourne Braves and the Hyannis Harborhawks here on a nice and toasty Tuesday, July 8th evening. Devon Jarvis alongside Adam Gotkin for your coverage. The number 1 seed in the West Division will take on the number 3 seed, the Hyannis Harborhawks and the Bourne Braves, respectively. They'll face off today in a matchup that could shake things up in this Western Division standings. Right now, Hyannis in first with 21 points, Bourne 4 points behind them with 17, and Falmouth sandwiched in between the two with 19. But this West Division a little bit weaker than the other side. Hyannis as a team leads this side, but they haven't had the most spectacular year. In fact, a negative point differential, even run rate differential rather, even in their successful year so far. Well, why don't we first go over the defense that the Hyannis Harborhawks show out today. It's Jeffrey Luget in left field, Jason Walk in center, and Sawyer Black in right. Your infield from left to right is Charlie Bates, Jake Schaffner, Ryan McKay, Gabe Camacho, and Brody Briggs. The Bourne Braves will first put out Riker Waite, Logan Hughes, and Camden Kojal. This is the 3 that have been very successful this year. Logan Hughes has bounced around between the 2 spot and the middle of the lineup. He slots up in there, but the shortstop out of Vanderbilt will lead things off, as he has, like you said, Adam, for 8 straight games. He's been so impressive this year. And the pitcher he faces is Thomas Crabtree, going to Southern Miss next year, but just spent a season as a volunteer at Tennessee. A very spectacular pitcher so far, yet to allow a run or an earned run yet this season. And in his 6 2/3, he's only had 2 hits against him. So he surely should be a tough matchup. This Bourne team has seen some really tough players in their time in these recent games. So once again, they face another tough guy, and we'll have to make work against them. This offense wasn't spectacular on Sunday, Adam, and we talked about in the pregame, but go a little bit more in depth of what you'd like to see from this side in today's matchup at McKeon.
Well, it all starts with the start. You're looking for a positive first inning today for the Braves, and the offense has been a bit of an issue to start games this season. They have scored just 9 runs in 19 first innings this year, and it's especially important today against the Harborhawks because Hyannis is the best offense in the league in the first inning with 17 runs, and you look at the Bourne pitching staff, and they're the worst in the first inning. So if the offense can get off to a good start and give the Braves a lead before Hyannis can even come to the plate, then they're in a good spot.
The Bourne Braves wearing their navy blue jerseys with red numbers and lettering, gray pants, and blue hats and helmets. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks on the other side, their pinstripe whites with their Hyannis Harbor Hawk orange logo on where their left breast pocket would be as Crabtree comes in, and first pitch is upstairs. Umpires today for the ball game will be Austin Priesel at home plate calling balls and strikes, Jake Brichta at first base, and Jim Fonseca at third. A lefty batter in the 2 spot is Logan Hughes. A pivot on the mound from Crabtree. He'll turn to first and try and make a pickoff attempt. Waite is in there standing up safely. Logan Hughes playing left field today is out of Texas Tech. Just finished his sophomore season, first team all Big 12. Fastball just outside. Hughes will watch it by for ball 1. A 3-pitch mix for Thomas Crabtree. Fastball, changeup, curveball. Back of the lefty's batter's box is Hughes. The righty on the mound has his back to first. Riker Waite doesn't go. The pitch is low and outside for ball 2. 2 fastballs to begin against Logan Hughes, and Hughes has really been a consistent hitter for this Bourne team all season long. Not much more you can ask for. Is top 10 in the league in home runs with 2. Crabtree set at his chest, will kick and deal. Fastball rocketed right back up the middle. That one will get through again. A dive by McKay is not there in time, and off to third base is Riker Waite on the base hit by Logan Hughes. The Bourne bats are firing to begin here at McKeon Park, and there's runners on the corner for Cam Kojal to dig into the lefty's batter's box.
Riker Waite didn't even get the best jump there at first because it was hit a little bit slow and almost got stopped up the middle, but Jason Walk, the center fielder, misplayed it, so it was a super easy run into third base for Riker Waite.
Cam Kojal, he's batting .286 on the year in just his 2 games, still yet to have an RBI, but is primed to get his first of the season right here. Working from the first base side of the rubber is the righty Crabtree. He goes against a lefty out of Arkansas, and Kojal. First pitch, swing and a miss on strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs here in the top of the first inning. It'll be Logan Hughes on first base and Riker Waite on third. Dive in from Logan Hughes at first on the pickoff attempt. He's in there safely. Kojal was at Vanderbilt in his freshman year, transferred over to Arkansas, made it to the College World Series. Was one of the last 4 teams remaining. Change up upstairs on pitch number 2, good for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs in the 0-0 ball game. Infield playing straight up. Gabe Camacho at first base is guarding the pillow. Here's Crabtree on the 1-1, kicks and deals. Fastball in there for a called strike.
It'll be interesting to see how Crabtree responds because in his last start he was spectacular. He gave up just 1 hit in 4 innings. Already 2 here in the first inning today.
Was going into this game with 6 2/3 innings pitched under his belt, allowed 2 hits in that time. He's already allowed 2 hits today. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3 for Cam Kojal. He's out number 1, and the Bourne Braves now send up Cam Kojal's Arkansas teammate in Kuhio Aloy. Aloy is a power hitter, the definition of a power hitter. He's hit a ball over 100 miles per hour in 4 or 5 games now. Just an exceptional talent, and has runners on the corners in the 0-0 ball game. The first righty we've seen today will be Aloy. Riker Waite is a switch hitter who hit lefty, and Hughes and Kojal behind him, also lefties. Kojal gets set for the first pitch from Crabtree, righty-righty. Slider in there for strike 1, outside edge of the plate.
You know, Devon, you said how Crabtree gave up just 1 hit in his last game. That was a bunt single, so he hadn't given up a, I guess you could say, true full swing base hit since his first start when he gave up just 1.
A pivot and toss to first base. Hughes again in there safely. Outfield pretty far back against the big hitter in Aloy. He sets up in the back of the righty box. The pitch, as Logan Hughes goes, his first steal attempt of the year, as the pitch is low, gets into the outfield, and Riker Waite will trot home. Hughes on his way to third. The Bourne Braves lead 1-0. So Hughes successful on his first steal attempt, but no pick by McKay, and the ball into the outfield, scores a run, and sends Logan Hughes to third. It's a no ball, 1 strike count with 1 out. Pitch was in the bottom of the zone for a strike. Crabtree now will work from the wind with the runner on third. Pitch just outside. Rather, it was 1-1. Now it's 2-1. Bourne's up 1-0. It's a 2-1 count to Aloy. He rests his bat on his right shoulder. Crabtree from the wind deals. Fastball just low in the dirt, nearly in the left-handed batter's box. Aloy, a native to Hawaii, the island of Maui, is stepped in here and been very successful for Bourne, batting .333 with 5 RBIs. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fastball half swing from Aloy will get past the catcher in Briggs, and an easy trot home once again for Logan Hughes. The Bourne Braves on top of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks by 2 runs to none.
Devon, this is one of the things that we talked about at the beginning of the season. Bourne was just struggling to get runners on, and because of it, they weren't scoring runs. Right now, you get 2 guys on base hits, and neither of them end up scoring because of contact. It's a double steal, ball gets into the outfield, and a drop third strike wild pitch. If you get runners on, good things happen, and that's what Bourne's been doing over this last week where the offense has really exploded.
Now only a runner on first. Crabtree from the stretch will pitch a fastball against Cade Lewis, 4th batter in the order. Only 1 out right now here in the top of the first inning. Bourne up 2-0 over the Harbor Hawks. A lead for Kahio Aloy at first. He gets a look from Crabtree, and the pitch comes, just falls out of the glove of the first baseman Camacho, but he stays about 3 feet from it, shuffles to his right, and tosses it back to the hill for Crabtree. Crabtree wearing his orange Tennessee cleats. He's set at the belt for a 1-0. Fastball, swing and a miss from the lefty in Cade Lewis. Lewis on the season batting over .300. One of a few players to do that in this lineup for Bourne. If you exclude qualified batters, it's Kahio Aloy, Cade Lewis, John LeGrande, the 3 who bat at or above .300. 1-1, a fastball, hard hit up the middle. That one gets through into center field. Jason Walk will get it in center field. Kahio Aloy, a risky run to third, and he is hosed out of there. Hesitated as he rounded second base, and the ball kind of got stuck in center field, and he'll pay the price for out number 2. Cade Lewis still reaches first safely.
I think Kahio Aloy was paying attention to the very start of this game when Logan Hughes hit a single into center field, and Jason Walk was being a bit lazy, and Aloy tried to take advantage of it and take third base as Walk was once again walking towards the ball, but that time it was maybe more of a deke. He sped up and quickly got the throw to third off in time.
Walk plays very far back in center field, and it was just a worm burner through the grass that really got slowed up, and it was a long grab for Walk. First pitch to Braden Holcomb is in the dirt and off the chest protector of the catcher Briggs. He moves out to field it, and at first base still is Cade Lewis, doesn't move. No steal attempts for the Demon Deacon on first base this season. But there's always a first for everything. Logan Hughes attempted a double steal for his first attempt on the year earlier this inning. The Bourne Braves lead 2-0 over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here from Crabtree to Braden Holcomb. 0-1, a slider called in there for strike 2, and it just pops out of the glove of Briggs. Still no movement at first base from Lewis. Center fielder in Walk shifted right. Every other player is rather standard except for Gabe Camacho guarding first base. Pickoff attempt, it comes. That one real close. Lewis slides in head first safely. A nice pickoff attempt from Crabtree has nearly gotten 2 players now, Hughes and Lewis. Both of them have stayed safe. No balls, 2 strikes. Righty batter in Holcomb, righty pitcher in Crabtree. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the slider for out number 3, but the Bourne Braves do damage in the first inning. They draw first blood and lead 2-0 over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. We'll send things to a short break here on Cape League TV and the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network. We'll see you in the bottom of the first for the first showing of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks bat. It's Jake Schaffner, Matt Mura, and Ryan McKay to begin.
Home to your business venture, the Baldwin Group brings expanded resources
weld, clean, light, and just about anything else. Dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts. Milton Rents, your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Back at McKeon Park on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network in Cape League TV. It's the Bourne Braves and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the first inning. The Braves up 2-0 after their solid first showing in the top of the first to begin the game. Now it's Hyannis' turn to respond. Jake Schaffner, the first batter up, against the two-way pitcher in Noah Franco on the bump. He works with 5 pitches: fastball, slider, sinker, cutter, curveball. First pitch, a fastball in there for strike one. Lefty-lefty battle to start. Schaffner of North Dakota State University bats .261 on the year so far and has no extra base hits but 1 RBI. Franco making his second appearance on the season. Last time was also against the Harbor Hawks. Fastball rocketed right over the second baseman Cam Kojal's head into right center field, picked up by John Legrande in center. And it's a base hit on the second pitch for Jake Schaffner to begin.
And the start was an issue the last time out for Noah Franco. He gave up 3 straight singles to start the game. Not the greatest start today, so he's going to look to bounce back here and make sure that it's not the same as last time.
The last time that Noah Franco came out to pitch was against Hyannis on June 19th. Pitched 2 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks. The lefty now works from the stretch with an open stance on the mound. He faces Matt Mura out of Hawaii. The designated hitter takes first pitch for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs in the 2-0 ball game that Bourne leads. A runner on first in Schaffner.
Control is going to be everything here for Franco. That's what he really struggled with in his first start. Just 26 strikes on 49 pitches.
Franco, the 1-0, upstairs and out. Mura batting .281 on the season so far. He's been one of the better players for this Hyannis team. Against Bourne, he went 3 for 4 with a double, a walk, and RBI. Was COD player of the day that day and takes a third pitch strike on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike for the freshman out of TCU. He is a two-way at TCU, was first team all Big 12. Franco, a very great guy. You heard from him in the pregame. Also a very, very good player. Set at his belt, looks at first, now comes home. Way upstairs on the off speed. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs.
It's going to be interesting to keep an eye on Franco's fastball velocity. In his freshman season at TCU in starts, he was down in the low 90s. Out of the bullpen, he could get up towards 98. Right now, he's around 94, 95.
Started 2 games for TCU. The 2-0. Fastball just upstairs. It's a 3-1 walk to Matt Mura. Ryan McKay now digs in. The lefty out of Michigan State has the highest batting average in this Hyannis order at .362. He's been really spectacular this year. 21 total hits. He steps in with ducks on the pond, a runner on first and second. Schaffner leading the way at second, and Mura at first base. It's a lefty-on-lefty battle. Big 12 versus Big 10. Open stance for McKay. Campbell Smithwick, the catcher, calls Noah Franco off the mound to rediscuss the pitch. A lead for both base runners. Franco gives a look at second. Now will kick and deal. Upstairs on the breaking ball. Misses for ball 1. It's a 2-0 lead for Bourne over Hyannis. Outfield playing straight up against the lefty in McKay. McKay in his 16th game on the year. The 1-0. Fastball just paints the outer edge of the zone hip high against McKay. Playing second base today is McKay. Stands at 5'10", 185. Waves his bat. And now gets set. 1 ball, 1 strike. From the stretch, Franco deals. Half swing from McKay. He doesn't go. And it's upstairs for ball 2.
Those 4 strikes in the first 10 pitches for Franco.
The control was a problem last time. Bourne Braves will love to have a long stretch from Franco today. Didn't make it past 2 innings last time. The 2-1 in the dirt, grounded up the middle. It will be into the outfield and into center. Schaffner gets the wave from third, and he will stand up on home plate for run number 1 for the Hyannis Harborhawks. It's a 2-1 ball game here at McKeon Park as the Harborhawks respond. And McKay gets his 6th RBI on the year with the base hit to center field.
This is why it was so important that Bourne got on the board in the top of the first inning, because Hyannis' offense seems to explode to start the game almost every time out. They, again, lead the Cape League in first inning runs. So, you know, at this point, at least Bourne is still in the lead. And if you're Noah Franco, you just got to limit it here and keep the lead going into the second.
No team has more hits than Hyannis on the season. New batter now in Gabe Camacho. Chops one right side. It's down the first base line. Tough play from Cade Lewis. Tries to tag the runner as Camacho goes down the first base line, but just misses, says first base umpire. So now the Bourne Braves continue to struggle. It's the bases loaded. Camacho on first, McKay on second, and Mura on third.
Not the exact same order, but the exact same start for Noah Franco his last game. 3 singles and a walk on the first 4 batters that he sees.
Sawyer Black out of UNC. He's the lefty now, and a lot of lefties to begin this. Only 1 righty in the Hyannis lineup. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Breaking ball by Noah Franco will trick the lefty batter. Plays right field this season, and Sawyer Black has 3 ducks on the pond to work with, trying to blow this game open for the Harborhawks. Franco on the 0-1. Nice pitch in there for a strike.
Big for Franco to finally get ahead in the count. It's something he hasn't done in this game. Let's see if he can get his first out now.
No balls, 2 strikes, no outs, with 3 runners on in the 2-1 ball game. Hyannis looking to take the lead for themselves. Fastball from Franco upstairs will miss. It's a 1-2 count. On deck is Jeffrey Lugie, and Jason Walk is in the hole. Those 2 players combined have 7 RBIs on the season. No RBIs for Black this year. Kick and deal, the 1-2 is swung on and missed by Sawyer Black. The first strikeout of the day for Noah Franco comes in the 5th at-bat. Lugie, is the left fielder today. Comes from Duke. So 1 out on the board now after Franco got his first out of the day. Corners of the infield a little bit pinched in. First pitch, low and inside for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 3 runners on. Hyannis still down by 1 run against the Braves, only here in the bottom of the first inning. It's an open stance on the first base side of the rubber. From the wind, Franco deals a fastball off the outside. Franco trying to work himself out of the jam. Middle of the infield at double play depth. The 1-1. Fastball in the dirt. Good block by the Oklahoma State catcher in Campbell Smithwick. Smithwick going to stand up and clean off the dirt just behind home plate a bit. At 6 foot, Lugie stands into the lefty's batter's box. Bats .250 on the year, now in his 7th game today. The 2-1. Fastball, swing, and a foul ball up and behind the netting, closer to the third base side. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Huge at-bat here for Noah Franco. A ball in play could score a run, even with an out. Franco with a strikeout here makes things a lot safer. Here's the 2-2. Off speed, hammered right side, picked up by Kozel, the second baseman. His glove was touching the dirt as the ball fell right into his glove. He gets the line out for out number 2. And next, it's Jason Walk, the switch hitter, who represents the potential last batter of this inning as Noah Franco's gotten down 2 straight.
That's one of the rare occasions where you actually wish your infielder didn't catch the ball. If the ball bounces right in front of him, it would have been a easy 4-6-3 double play. Instead, they just get 1 out, and Hyannis continues on in this inning.
Jason Walk, the switch hitter, bats right against the lefty in Franco. First pitch is inside for ball 1. There are 2 outs as Bourne leads the ball game 2-1. Outfield straight up. Franco on the mound, works from the wind. The 1-0. Fastball, swing and a miss for strike 1. Walk on the season has 18 strikeouts. Leads this starting lineup in K's. The 1-1. Fastball, he fouls it off his left foot. Falls to the ground for a moment, will walk around the home plate circle and hopefully be okay. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jason Walk still pacing around, just trying to gather his bearings a little bit and shake off that foul ball.
He doesn't have any protection on either leg, so that ball went right off of his shin and always stings for a bit.
He now comes back into the right-handed batter's box, crowds the plate in the back of it. Runners all on the pond. The 1-2 pitch from Franco. Half swing from Walk. Pitch was outside. Deferral to first base umpire will be a no-go. Jason Brichta there at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Franco. Fastball just upstairs. Good frame by Smithwick, just not convincing enough. It's 3-2. First full count of the day for Franco as he's had a lengthy first inning. Now Jason Walk, the 7th batter so far. Franco, a deep breath on the mound. From the wind, works. The 3-2. Fastball just outside. And that one's going to walk a runner home. It's a 2-2 ball game between the Hyannis Harborhawks and the Bourne Braves.
I guess you could say Jason's living up to his name, walk with the walk to bring home a run, and Noah Franco is oh so close to getting out of the first with his team still in the lead. That fastball just about an inch outside of the zone.
It's a tie ball game between the Braves and the Harborhawks. Jason Walk earns a base on balls. He's on first. On second is Gabe Camacho. On third is Ryan McKay. Brody Briggs, the catcher out of Arizona State, the new batter. The lefty swings and misses at the first pitch. It was a breaking ball low and outside. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bourne and Hyannis tied at 2 apiece. 3 hits for each team so far. Hyannis, the only team with an error. The 0-1, breaking ball up and in. A shuffle from the lefty batter in Briggs as he takes ball 1. 1-1 count. With a base hit, his team takes the lead. Franco on the first base side of the rubber, kicks and deals the 1-1 in the dirt, stopped by Smithwick. It just dribbles up the third base line, but the catcher keeps it safe. Great play by Smithwick behind the dish. Infield now straight up after the second out. 2 balls, 1 strike. Franco looks at his right wrist, now looks in. Here's the 2-1. Fastball, swing, and a foul ball into the backstop. Fades a little bit toward the first base side and picked up by a Bourne Brave bat boy. The count is squared at deuces with 2 outs. Score is 2-2. Count is 2-2. There are 2 outs here at McKeon Park. Deep breath for Franco. Here's the pitch. Hammered right side. Diving is Lewis. He flips to the pitcher in Franco for out number 3. A spectacular play for Kay Lewis at first base. Maybe his best of the season. It's a 2-2 ball game after the first inning here at McKeon Park. We send things to a break for the end of the first inning. When we return, it's Bourne Braves bats up to bat here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network and Cape League TV.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They are ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Other video content. You can find the app on
We're
iOS
back on the
and
Bourne
Android
Braves
devices
Broadcasting
on smart
Network
TVs
on
or
Cape
at
League TV at McKeon
capeleaguetv.com.
Park. It's a
Never
2-2
miss a
ball
pitch
game between the
on
Bourne
Cape
Braves
League TV.
and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks as we settle in to the top of the second inning. Thanks so much for spending your Tuesday evening with us. Devon Jarvis alongside Adam Gotkin as John LeGrande for the Bourne Braves will lead things off. The seventh batter in the Brave order will make his first appearance at the plate. He's followed by Kelly and Smithwick. An open stance for LeGrande in the lefty's batter's box. The righty on the mound, and Crabtree deals for first pitch. Swing and a miss. High in the zone. It just foul tips back into the glove of Brody Briggs behind the dish. At third base, Charlie Bates creeping in case of a bunt. It's an 0-1 count. Crabtree winds and deals. Fastball half swing from LeGrande. He fouls it back toward the third base side into the netting. LeGrande was off last Sunday. He's played in almost every game for the Bourne Braves, all but two. Swing and a miss, strike three on 3 consecutive pitches. LeGrande will go down on strikes. That's out number 1 here in the top of the second inning.
Number 7, Gavin Kelly.
Grande there with his 19th strikeout, or rather 10th strikeout on the season. Gavin Kelly, the new batter, playing designated hitter today. The righty will face a righty in Crabtree. Wind and deal, first pitch. Way upstairs. Freshman out of West Virginia, was first team all Big 12 freshman team. Has joined this team midway through the season and has added a lot to the Braves. 1 ball, no strikes, wind and deal. Looping curveball in there for strike 1. The score is 2-2 between the Harbor Hawks and the Braves. A 2-run first inning for both sides. Top of the second, the 1-1 pitch. Curveball again, low and outside. 2-1 with 1 out, nobody on for the Braves. Gavin Kelly playing designated hitter today. The first time he's held that position all year long. Here's the wind from Crabtree. Fastball paints the outside edge for strike 2. Kelly now playing in his 12th game. He's batting .265 on the year, still looking for his first extra base hit. Stands in the back of the righty's batter's box. His sleeve equipped with West Virginia, yellow. The 2-2, fastball swing and tips it back into the glove of Briggs. Just falls out, and he stays alive in the 2-2 count. 3 hits for the Braves today. Those all came in the first inning. Waite, Hughes, and Lewis. Here's the 2-2 with 1 out. Base is empty. Wind from Crabtree and deal. Curveball way upstairs. Soars over the head of the catcher in Briggs. It's now a full count. Deep breath for Kelly in the right-handed batter's box. Infield and outfield, both playing straight up. Maybe the center fielder walk, a little bit shifted right. The 3-2, fastball, soft grounder, left side. Schaffner, the shortstop, deals sidearm toss to first, brings him toward the home plate down the first base line, and that one's going to go out of play on the first base side. Just gets away from Camacho, and Gavin Kelly plants himself on second base with the E6.
The catcher from Mississippi, number 45.
Already the second error on the
South
game by this
Smithwick.
Hyannis defense, and it's one that has struggled a lot coming into this season, more than an error per game.
Campbell Smithwick, the last batter who has yet to see a plate appearance so far, digs into the left-handed batter's box. Crabtree, the talented pitcher, struggling early against the Bravos. Field manager for the Bourne Braves, Scott Landers, makes his way out to second. That throw from Schaffner hit off the left shoulder of Gavin Kelly. They're just making sure he's okay. Was a hard toss from Schaffner at short. So Anthony Barone, Scott Landers, and the trainer for the Braves will all go back to their post. It's Barone who will stay in the first base coaching box, and the rest who go back to the first base dugout where the Bourne Braves reside. Top of the order on deck for the Bravos. It's Riker Waite getting some practice swings in. He's already 1 for 1 on the day and has scored. Righty on lefty battle between Crabtree and Smithwick now. From the stretch, Crabtree works. He looks at second at Kelly. Set at the belt, kicks and deals. Curveball outside for ball 1. Schaffner, the shortstop, is the one with bag duty at second base. The rest of the infield straight up. Back center is the pitcher in Crabtree. The right-hander looks at second, now looks in and deals. Fastball up and away. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out in the 2-2 ball game. Top of the second inning between the Harbor Hawks and the Braves. They had an eventful first inning, and the second inning could pan out to be just as exciting with a runner in scoring position in Kelly at second. Smithwick, a wide stance in the lefty's batter's box. Gets set for the 2-0. Here it comes. Fastball, swing and a miss. Bat is released and heaved all the way toward the first base dugout. Comes out of his hands, and now there's a 2-1 count. Riker Waite going to grab it for him and also hand him a bit of pine tar to re-grip that bat. Smithwick resets, and the hard swing will hopefully not see another flying object next time. I don't think it's the first time we've seen Smithwick let go of his bat like that either, Adam.
Yeah,
I think it's one time before.
I think he's done it once before, and he's got a really powerful swing, so it happens.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Crabtree on the mound, looks in and kicks. Swing and a foul ball above the third base netting and out of play. Crabtree, once down 2-0, now works himself back. Count squared at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Ball game is square at 2-2. The pitch to Smithwick. Fastball swing, and a towering fly ball nearly catches the lights here at McKeon Park. It's out of play to keep things at a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Kelly going to take his lead at second base. Reach second on an E6, the second error of the day for the Harbor Hawks. Crabtree from the stretch, kicks and deals. Fastball just low, barely misses the zone. It was a long hold for Brody Briggs, the catcher, wanted the strike call. Now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's the second full count of the day for the pitcher who just spent his most recent season at Tennessee. Here's the 3-2. Watches it low and inside. A half swing for Smithwick. He does not go and takes his first base on balls.
Number 3, Riker
Second walk
Waite.
of the day for Crabtree. Back to the top of the order now. Riker Waite, the switch hitter, will stand in the left side. Not before Brody Briggs and Crabtree will conference on the mound. The rest of the infield stays outside. It's just those two. The Braves once again are threatening here in a second straight inning. Last inning had multiple runners on. Kahi'oloi would have been at second base possibly when the inning would have ended, but he was thrown out as he was trying to reach third on the Cade Lewis base hit. This inning they've got runners on 1 and 2. It's Smithwick and Kelly respectively. Riker Waite from the left side steps into the batter's box, waves his blonde lumber, and gets set. Crabtree at the belt. Looks at second, now looks in and deals. Fastball, a bunt from Waite. He pulls it back and takes ball 1.
Not a surprise to see Waite show the bunt with runners on first and second and 1 out. Also, the third baseman Bates is playing a little bit back, so if Waite puts down a good one with his speed, he could even beat it out for an infield single.
8 steals on the year for Riker Waite. Very fast guy. 1-1, a looping curveball, top of the zone for strike 1. Did not show the bunt that time. Maybe we'll see him take a hack. Logan Hughes on deck, Cam Kojal in the hole. Hughes also got a hit alongside Waite to begin that first inning. Here in the top of the second, Crabtree deals. Fastball swinging a hard ground ball, rather fly ball to right field. That one goes all the way into the corner. Gavin Kelly rounds third, comes home. Smithwick gets the breaks, and on second base is Riker Waite with the RBI double. The Bourne Braves lead 3-2, and once again put runs on the board.
The left fielder from Texas.
Riker Waite just continues to impress. This time it's with his power. I mean, he's already up to 5 extra base hits on the season. That's right near the top of the team. That would have shocked everyone coming into the year. I mean, we all knew that he could put bat to ball and run once he did it, but, I mean, this power that he's showing is just so impressive.
Has a home run on the year as well, and that will be his 5th extra base hit on the season. Now 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Logan Hughes, the new batter. First pitch from Crabtree. Fastball, swing and a miss. Hughes in his first time up, singled to center field. Stole second, reached third on an error by Briggs, the catcher, and came home on a wild pitch. No balls, 1 strike. Kick and deal. Crabtree misses low on the fastball. 1-1 the count with 1 out on the board. Top of the second inning, and the Braves now lead 3-2. Both teams scored 2 in the first. 1 run already for the Braves in the second. Curveball inside part of the zone. A great pitch by Crabtree. He's had success with that today. Not a lot of swings against that breaking ball from the Bourne Braves. Cripping in at third base is Charlie Bates, the defender. Has his toes on the infield grass. First baseman and Camacho 2. The 1-2, fastball, swing, and a towering out of play foul ball to make the count 1-2. That was the changeup, rather. So far, the least common pitch for Crabtree. He shakes off the first one. Now from the wind, deals on the 1-2. Curveball, swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the 4th strikeout of the day for Thomas Crabtree, trying to work himself out of this second inning. That's 2 outs, and Cam Kojal, the Arkansas Razorback, again prime for his first RBI of the year. Has none so far. Only 1 RBI for the 3 runs on the day. That came from Riker Waite. He's on second. Fastball, first pitch, fouled right side. Picked up by first base coach Anthony Barone. A great barehanded grab by the Oswego State catcher. And it's a no ball, 1 strike count with 2 outs. Kojal waves his bat. The 0-1 curveball for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Bravos command the lead 3-2. Their offense rolling early in this one. Crabtree's got his pitch. Winds and deals. Fastball up and away. lefty in Kojal's been patient so far. On deck is Kahio Aloy. Aloy got on with a walk last time. Kojal in the batter's box struck out. Was the first strikeout for Crabtree on the evening. The 1-2. Curveball up and in. That one will miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the second. It's a 3-2 ball game. Riker Waite takes his lead at second base. Campbell Smithwick, now about 80 feet away, is at third base. Here's the 2-2. Swing, soft fly ball. It's shallow infield. Schaffner, the shortstop, ranges under it and makes the grab for out number 3. It's a 1-run top of the second inning for the Bravos. They retake the lead and will continue to try and defend it come the next inning. Before we go, a few words from our sponsors. Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is Bourne's premier senior living community, conveniently located adjacent to the Cape Cod Canal. Visit us at Keystone Place at buzzardsbay.com. Also, Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com and go Braves. We'll step aside here for the middle of the second inning. When we return, it's Franco back on the mound for the Braves.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they are ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
The Bravos and the Harbor Hawks here in a 3-2 ball game. The Braves on top and will try and defend that lead with Noah Franco on the bump. It's only been scoring for the Bravos in all of their innings. Settling into the bottom of the second, it's Charlie Bates out of Stanford, the lefty batter, against the lefty pitcher out of TCU. Third baseman in Braden Holcomb in on the infield grass. Rest of the infield straight up. First pitch outside on the fastball for ball 1. Bates, the only player in this Hyannis lineup, yet to have a plate appearance so far. So now we're all the way through the order. Bates waves his bat. The 1-0. Fastball swinging a drive into left field. That one's going to hop once, then into the glove of the left fielder Hughes. It's back-to-back first base runners on.
The shortstop from UNC, number 14.
And last time when Hyannis got their inning going, it was a 2-run inning. With that, they could take the lead. Jake Schaffner returns. He's the first batter in the order for this Hyannis team and has got a runner on first in Bates. Bates, no attempts on any steals this season. Will likely not threat here. Franco looks at first, now comes home. First pitch to the North Dakota State rising junior is in there for strike 1.
That's really important for Franco to figure things out here. You don't want to get into a game where each team is scoring every inning. You just want to shut things down as soon as you can.
Franco only lasted 2 innings last time when he pitched against the Harbor Hawks. The 0-1 is way up and in, and that grazes the left shoulder jersey of Jake Schaffner. So he's on first with a hit by pitch. First hit by pitch of the day so far. Runners on 1 and 2. Schaffner on first and Bates on second. Matt Mura now into the right-handed batter's box. The 5'11" righty is native to Hawaii University. Action to begin going in the bullpen for the Bravos. It's a right-hander. We'll let you know who it is in a moment. First pitch from Franco. Swing and a drive. Shallow right field. That one could drop. Schaffner and Bates were held up. Didn't know if it was going to be caught. So it's just a base hit single for Mura. And the bases are loaded for the Harbor Hawks.
That's the second straight inning that this has happened where Hyannis has loaded the bases with no outs, and they're just seeing the ball really well right now, all singles, but this is just not the start that Franco was hoping for.
Jonathan Stevens getting warm in the bullpen for the Braves. We haven't seen him come this early into a ball game, but we could see him soon.
He's mainly been this team's closer, but we've seen him go deep into games earlier in his college career. Last summer, he was a starter for Bourne, so he can be a long reliever if needed.
Franco with the new batter in McKay. Fastball on the first pitch. It's high. Bases loaded now for Hyannis. Got to drive some in here. The 1-0. Fastball low and inside, stopped by Smithwick. He's had to deal with some tough pitches today, and he's been quite successful so far. Action in the Hyannis bullpen as well. It's Tyler August. Here's the 2-0. Franco's breaking ball is way up and in. It's a limbo move by Ryan McKay to dodge the pitch. 3 balls, no strikes, no outs. The Braves still hold the lead 3-2. Bases loaded for McKay at the plate. He has 5 RBIs this season. The 3-0. In there in the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Franco, a deep breath on the rubber. He winds and deals. The 3-1. Rocketed right side. That one's through the gap, is going to score multiple. Bates comes home. Schaffner gets the wave and reaches home as well. It's a 2 RBI base hit for Ryan McKay as the Hyannis Harbor Hawks take the lead 4-3.
2 at-bats for Ryan McKay in 2 innings, and he's got 2 RBI singles. This entire Harbor Hawks team is just seeing the ball so well right now, and because of it, Scott Landers is on his way out of the dugout.
Landers stepping up to Noah Franco here. Last time, Franco only lasted 2 innings. This time, he only lasts 1. Franco gives Landers the ball, and Jonathan Stevens will come in for relief of Noah Franco. We will step aside here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV with Stevens coming out on the mound to try and defuse the situation against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
Fans, be sure to visit the Harbor Hawks merchandise store at the base of the ballpark.
Rather, before we go,
we
will hear from our sideline reporter Ariel Tamir-Pinsky with more. Ariel, what do you have?
Merchandise store is open throughout the game and is once again located at the base of the press
Well, guys,
box.
I had the chance to catch up with the starting pitcher, Noah Franco, before the game. He's with us in the beginning of the season. He's now back from Team USA. He told me after that experience, he's trying not to take anything for granted. Not everyone gets these opportunities, and he's just trying to take it day by day. This is the second time he did start against Hyannis, and he was trying to focus on having a plan for each pitch, doing his best to execute it. Franco is a two-way, but he'll be focusing on pitching here at Bourne so he can have more time on the field. And he says everywhere he goes, he tries to pick the brain of the pitching coach on how to improve his fastball, changeup, curveball, slider, so he can develop into more of a pitcher instead of a thrower.
Thank you so much, Ariel. We really appreciate it. And we'll step aside here in this top of the second inning, or rather, bottom of the second inning, and more to come back with Stevens on the mound.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
Jonathan Stevens takes the bump for the Bourne Braves in relief of Noah Franco. There are no outs in the bottom of the second inning between the Bourne Braves and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. The Harbor Hawks just off of a 2 RBI base hit by Ryan McKay to make it a 4-3 ball game in their favor. Gabe Camacho, the first baseman, now to dig in to the lefty's batter's box. Runners on 1 and 2. First base is McKay. Second base is Mira. Schaffner and Bates both scored. Stevens on the bump, deals first pitch. Fastball, top of the zone for strike one. Stevens, an exceptional pitcher for the Bourne Braves, works with a 4-pitch mix. Fastball, curveball, slider, and splitter. Although this season has been pretty limited in his use. 5 appearances, none more than 2 innings. The 0-1, up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike with no outs in the bottom of the second inning.
Today, Scott Landers is asking of something different. Instead of Stevens being the closer, he is a long reliever in a game where the offense is on fire to start. Now, at this point, no outs in the bottom of the second. You've already scored 3, so if you can just keep this at a 1-run game, you're fine.
1-1 just inside in the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Stevens, in his last appearance, came in against Orleans in relief. He pitched 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, no runs, and 2 Ks. A deep breath for Stevens on the mound. He works from the stretch and comes home. Just high. Smithwick says good pitch and tosses it back to the hill. Smithwick, yet to allow an earned run on the season, has been really, really good for the Bravos. Looks at second base and stares down Mira. Now comes home, the 2-2. Swing and a nipped foul ball into the screen above the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes with no outs. It would surely be a successful start for Stevens if he could get out of this inning. Bullpen is hot for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, too, with Tyler August now throwing a full 60 feet, 6-inch bullpen. A pivot on the mound for Stevens. Sees a toss over to second base. The shortstop, Riker Waite Fields, no tag applied on the lead runner in Mira. Camacho at the plate in his 10th game this season, batting .242, has 8 hits on the year. Rather 9. Here's the 2-2. In there for strike 3. Catches the inside part of the plate. And a great start for Jonathan Stevens.
Number 34, Sawyer Black.
Exactly the way you want to begin here. Sawyer Black, the next batter up. He's 5th in the order for the Harbor Hawks and is out of UNC. His 3rd game today, and going into this one, was batting .333. First pitch, righty on lefty battle. Breaking ball just inside for ball 1. Hyannis leads the ball game 4-3. Had 2 runs in the first and have 2 runs already here in the bottom of the second. Stevens on the bump, faces third base, looks at second at Mira. A shuffle for Mira, now comes home with the pitch. Fastball inside for ball 2. He's working in the mid-90s right now. The pitcher heading into his junior season. Finished 2 years at Alabama. No appearances for the Crimson Tide, however. He's now heading to University of Alabama, Birmingham, staying in state. And we'll see Alabama in a midweek matchup sometime next season, as they do every year. Sure to be a fun matchup if Stevens plays in the game. Stevens heading to Birmingham, looking to be a weekend guy for that squad. A very talented pitcher that has been getting draft looks as a draft-eligible sophomore. Smithwick was fixing his pitch comm. He went to the first base dugout. Now returns. Rather, it was a new glove he was looking for, so instead replaces his Ole Miss glove with a bright green one. The 2-0. Just inside. It misses. It was Gavin Kelly's catcher's mitt. Green maybe from painted grass as Kelly goes to a blue and yellow school. 3 balls, no strikes with 1 out. Stevens in a jam. He looks at second. Now comes home with the pitch. Fastball in the dirt. It's going to get by Smithwick. He's still looking for it, but slow trots from Mira and McKay will not see them take extra bases. And Sawyer Black reaches first with a base on balls. That's his second walk of the season. And there's ducks all around the pond for Jeffrey Lugie, who is 0 for 1 today. Luigi squats in to the left-handed batter's box. On first is Black. McKay's on second. Mura's on third. First pitch from Stevens. The righty gets one swung on and foul-tipped, dribbling toward the third base dugout. No balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Infield playing straight up. Corners are not in. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball, hammer right into the outfield and picked up by Kahio Aloy. No tag from third base by Mira. It would have been a close play at home, but that right fielder in Kahio Aloy, who doesn't have a lot of defensive experience, has still got a cannon of an arm. So a very quick at-bat between Stevens and Luigi. Now it's Jason Walk, who had an RBI in the first with a walk.
That's a lot of respect shown to Bourne's right fielder, Kahio Aloy, because Mura at third is one of the faster runners on this Harborhawks team, but they decide to keep him there. Don't want the final out of the inning at home.
Fastball on the first pitch by Jonathan Stevens is in there for strike 1. He faces Jason Walk here for the first time today. Out of Oklahoma, Walk is playing center field. The 0-1. Fastball low, picked up by Smithwick as the toss comes back to the pitcher's mound. Still bases loaded in the bottom of the second inning. The Hawks up 4-3. From the stretch, Stevens looks in and deals. Breaking ball well placed, but misses. That one almost center. 2 balls, 1 strike. Walk, a switch hitter, began the day as a righty against the lefty pitcher in Noah Franco. Now that Stevens is in the ball game, he switches to the left side. The 2-1. Fastball, swing and a miss on the heater. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Walk will dig back into the left side. He's wearing his Oklahoma red in his cleats. Boomer on the left heel, Sooner on the right heel. And he's got a red elbow pad. Fastball on the 2-2, just inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Smithwick looking to close out this inning. Still a 4-3 ball game in favor of the Harborhawks. The Bourne bats are hot, so this lead shouldn't be too difficult for the Braves to come back from. Here's the payoff pitch with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Fastball swing and a blooper high left side. Third baseman on the line in Braden Holcomb. He makes the easy grab, 10 steps into the outfield for out number 3. And Steven comes in to clean things up in the second inning. We'll send things to a break here for the end of the second inning on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts. Milton Rents, your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
We bring you back for the third inning of play between the Bourne Braves and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Two two-run innings for the Harbor Hawks puts them up in this ball game 4-3 as the skies darken above McKeon Park. Potential rain on the forecast, but right now it's dry. Thomas Crabtree will stay on the mound for the Harbor Hawks. He now faces the dangerous right-handed batter Kahio Aloy. Aloy, the right fielder, had a catch for out number 2 an inning ago. First pitch. Curveball in there for strike 1. Crabtree's been working with that curveball exceptionally well today. Not a lot of Bourne batters are even taking swings at it. No ball, 1 strikes, no outs. The pitch. Curveball again low.
Devon, I don't want to jinx anything weather-wise, but here in Hyannis, we're right on the southern tip of Cape Cod. The weather has been moving from west to east and been staying north of us. If you look straight behind us, dead south, it's completely blue skies. Straight ahead, it's completely cloudy.
Hefty swing on the 1-1. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aloy will step back in.
If we look straight up in the air, we're basically right near the edge of the clouds. So as of now, we're good.
Swings and dribbles 1 left side. Chopped grounder fielded by the shortstop Schaffner. A pick by the first baseman Camacho is good for out number 1. Kahio Aloy 0 for 1 on the day after his walk in the first inning and his ground out right there. Cade Lewis 1 for 1 so far with a grounder to center field. Back to the rain, Adam. Forecast says rain could begin in about 50 minutes now. At 8 p.m., a 60% chance. And rain could continue through 10 p.m. Right now it's 7:08 p.m. here in Hyannis. First pitch to Lewis. Curveball missing outside for ball number 1. Nobody on with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning.
This field doesn't take rain very well.
1-0 from Crabtree. Fastball swing and a miss on the heater.
Experienced that last summer when there was a game rained out here and also ahead of the playoff game. Both teams didn't hit batting practice because of how rainy it was.
These two teams faced in the quarterfinal. Crabtree has a 2-1 count against Lewis. Winds and fires. Just misses on the breaking ball. Going into this game, that breaking ball is 3rd most often pitch. Adam, he's been using it quite a lot today in very high volume, and for the most part, it's been working.
Yeah, the changeup hasn't been too successful. I think that's why.
A 3-1 fastball outside, and Lewis earns a walk. Now the 7th walk on the year for Cade Lewis. The first baseman has played in now 19 games, including today, all but 1. After today, we are halfway through the regular season. Feels really, really weird to say that, Adam.
Yeah, but, you know, that's just how things go out here on the Cape. It's such a quick season, only 40 games. That's not even a quarter of a Major League season, so it just completely speeds by, especially with how often games are played. We had an off day yesterday, but before that, 6 in a row.
Braden Holcomb, first pitch is way down in the dirt. Lewis is going to try for 2 and is out. Ball came off the chest protector of Brody Briggs. He fires to second, and Schaffner there for the tag. An excellent combination of throw and tag, and bases are cleared. With 2 outs on the board, Holcomb now steps in with a different situation.
And just a great throw from Briggs. Lewis isn't the fastest, and the ball didn't bounce far enough away from Briggs for it to be an easy coast into second base.
The 1-0 fastball low and outside to Holcomb. Holcomb going into this game batting .229 on the season. As a strikeout today, that was his 23rd on the year. Playing third base today. Here's the 2-0. Curveball low and outside. Breaking ball misses this time. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs in the 4-3 ball game. Bourne down by 1 right now, but has scored in the 2 innings before this one. We'll try and keep that streak going here in the third. The 3-0. Fastball, bottom of the zone for strike 1. Outfield back against the righty power hitter. So far in the season, Holcomb only has 2 extra base hits, but he certainly has power, as he showed it at Vanderbilt this most recent year. 3-1 fastball outside, and Holcomb earns a walk. 2 walks in a row for Thomas Crabtree, as Tyler August is in the bullpen for the Hyannis Harborhawks. He's been warming up since the beginning of the bottom of the 3rd inning, so he's been going for quite a while now. That was a long bottom of the 2nd. So likely ready to come in at any moment. Holcomb on first, LeGrande now the lefty batter. First a toss over to first base to try and get Holcomb. He's in there safely. LeGrande, the 7th batter of the order. He went down swinging against the pitcher in Crabtree. So these two meet again. LeGrande trying to redeem himself. First pitch he takes inside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. LeGrande, like we mentioned before, off day yesterday, but he's played in quite a few this season. Into the game is batting .300 and has 8 RBIs. The 1-0 is down Broadway for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Hyannis leading 4-3 in the top of the 3rd inning. Holcomb, a slow lead at first base. The 1-1, swing and a foul tip back into the glove of the catcher in Briggs. LeGrande in a 1-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first base in Holcomb has stolen 9 bags this year, has been caught once. He's a speedy guy. Choking up on the bat is John LeGrande. The 1-2, way down in the dirt. The looping curveball misses for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Infield straight up, except for Camacho on bag duty at first base. Outfield straight up as well. Maybe a little bit back, if anything. Here's the 2-2. Fastball down. Good eye by LeGrande. He's worked his way to a full count. First baseman Camacho no longer guards first base. He goes back to his typical post, but hugging the first base line. The 3-2 runner goes. Swing doesn't come, and the breaking ball is down, and LeGrande earns a walk. 3 consecutive walks now for Thomas Crabtree, and now some action out of the Hyannis dugout. Potentially a pitching change here. August has been warming up for quite a while. The infield will join Crabtree on the mound with runners on 1 and 2. No point to the bullpen just yet, Adam, but suddenly the control has been lost for Crabtree.
And that's manager Mitch Carricker out on the mound. As you said, August has been getting ready for a while, and it seems like he is ready to come in as he gives a handshake to his catcher and starts to take a couple steps on to the field.
Hasn't officially gotten the call yet. It's a conversation between Carricker and Crabtree. And August in foul territory in left field where the bullpen stands here at McKeon Park is standing there waiting for the call. Gavin Kelly is the new batter for the Bourne Braves, and finally the point comes to the bullpen. So these two will match up when we return. It's the top of the third inning on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV. Hyannis up 4-3. A new pitcher when we return.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They are ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Crabtree exits the game after 2 2/3 and is replaced by Tyler August out of Liberty University. There are runners on 1 and 2 for the Bravos. It's Gavin Kelly in the right-handed batter's box, and August will step in here. He works with a 5-pitch mix: fastball, changeup, cutter, slider, curveball. Kelly so far today got on with an E6. We'll look to tie the ball game here with one swing of the bat. First pitch, a fastball down Broadway for strike one. August, the pitcher out of Liberty, started his college career at Delaware and is heading into his junior year. 0-1 is a breaking ball outside. Briggs, the catcher, likes the pitch, but it misses. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Smithwick in the on-deck circle. He is the 9th batter in the order for the Bravos. It's an open stance in the back of the righty's batter's box for Kelly. Elbows are close together. The 1-1 ties him up inside. He swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Last season, Tyler August was actually supposed to be with Bourne. Never ended up making it to the Braves, but is a two-way player at Delaware. Has only been one way at Liberty. The 1-2 is way upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now with runners on 1 and 2 in the top of the third inning. August resets. He was pitching for quite a while in the bullpen while he was waiting to come into the game, both in the bottom of the second and the top of the third. 2-2 is tied up inside, and Gavin Kelly does not go, says first base umpire Jake Bridgta. It's a full count now to the Mountaineer. August, the payoff. Fastball, swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 3. Bourne failed to score in the third inning and will remain down by 1 run to, rather, 3-4. Before we step aside here, are you ready to dominate the diamond and pitch like a pro with the Cape's own Keith Bildeau? Join us at the Capeplex, where champions are made. Don't just play the game, own it. Visit the Capeplex today and unleash your full potential. Located at 6 Forest Park Drive in Bourne, find us on Facebook or at thek-plex.com. Elevate your game at the Capeplex. Picasset Hardware, your hometown hardware store. Whether you're fixing up the house, tackling a weekend project, or just need expert advice, Picasset Hardware has you covered with top-notch service and all the tools you need. Conveniently located in the heart of Picasset, stop by and see why they're a Cape Cod favorite. Picasset Hardware, where community and quality come together. We'll step aside here for the middle of the third inning on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network. Stevens now for his first full inning of work as he starts it in the third. We'll step aside and return in just a moment on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV.
You can dream it. If you can cruise in it. If you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They are ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
It's a humid Tuesday evening ball game between the Bourne Braves and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Hyannis first in the West Division, the Bourne Braves 3. So they're going to try and close that gap between these two. Right now, Hyannis up 4-3 in the ball game as we settle into the bottom of the third inning. First batter for Hyannis is Brody Briggs, the catcher. In each of the first two innings, Hyannis has shown 8 batters, but not all 9. First pitch from Stevens as Briggs shows bunt is strike 1. It was inside. Briggs didn't pull it back fast enough, and that's strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the third, and the bases are clear for Briggs. He has an open stance in the left-handed batter's box. The pitch from Stevens is swung on and missed. Stevens came into the ball game just an inning ago. He replaced Noah Franco. Franco ends his day with 1 inning pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 1 K. 0-2 is in the dirt. Smithwick will get a new ball for his pitcher in Stevens, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count with no outs. Stevens working from the stretch. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball looping down into the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Briggs out of Arizona State. Digs into the left side. The 2-2. Breaking ball just in. It's now a full count. ASU lost in the Los Angeles Regional to UCLA in the playoffs this season. As a ball is swung on, put high and towering, but back out of play behind home plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. A long first at-bat for Jonathan Stevens for his first at-bat here in the bottom of the third inning. The 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a tip back into the netting. We'll do it again. It's been a solid year for Briggs in some sense. He's been able to drive 4 runs in now in his 10th game, but the batting average has left some to be desired. 107 heading into this game. The 3-2. Breaking ball just inside, and he works himself a gritty walk. Second walk of the day now for Stevens. He came in against Gabe Camacho who was the 4th batter in the order. So now he will face Charlie Bates, his 6th batter of the day. Bates, the 3rd baseman out of Stanford. Runner on first in Briggs. He has not stolen a base or attempted any swipes this year. Stevens with his back to the runner. The righty on lefty matchup. First pitch. Fastball low. Bates out of Stanford batting 182 into this game. He singled and scored in the second. Hit a nice ball out to left field, splitting the gap. The 1-0. Looping curveball up and in. Over the left field trees, we did just see a lightning strike.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
Way out in the distance. I won't speak too loud about it. Haven't heard anything, though. Here's the 2-0. Fastball grounded, right side, through the gap and into right field. Kehiualoy fields. On his way to second is Briggs. Instead, he gets the breaks. Nearly made the run. And once again, some respect to Kehiualoy with runners on 1 and 2.
Jonathan Stevens having some struggle with his control for the first time this summer here. He's already walked 2 in this outing. That's more than he had coming into today. And he's fallen behind in counts, which just makes things so much more difficult. That's what made him so good at the start of the season, as Stevens was, it felt like almost every single at bat getting ahead 0-1 or 0-2. Now he's falling behind and starting to struggle.
Stevens has been in close games a lot this season, but has yet to come in this early. He pivots and throws to second base. The shortstop Waite fields, keeping the lead runner in Briggs in check. This is a completely new situation for Stevens. Didn't pitch at all at Alabama this most recent year. The last time he pitched was before this Braves season, that is, was for the Braves back last summer. First pitch strike against the top of the order batter in Jake Schaffner. Schaffner has scored twice today, represents half of the runs scored for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks this evening. Hyannis up 4-3. It's a 1-0 count. And the pitch. Bunt shown by Schaffner. He takes it back for a called strike 2. Third baseman Holcomb and first baseman Lewis were creeping in on the corners after the bunt was shown. Holcomb will step back now with 2 strikes. Likely no bunt coming. Stevens stares at his left wrist. No outs with runners on 1 and 2, and Stevens will step off.
Wind is definitely starting to pick up a little bit.
It's as if the wind is representing the rain about to come. That's that same feeling that you get, and I'm sure all you guys know. 0-2 swing and a slicing foul ball above the third base dugout. It lands out of play, and the wind really picking up now. At first, the rain was supposed to come in about 20 minutes. Still says that on the radar. The 0-2 from the stretch for Stevens. Here's the pitch. Fastball swing and a soft liner to shortstop. Picked up by Kojal, and the toss to second base is there for the double play. An amazing flip between the middle of the infield. A combo that is only getting to know each other, but still making some great plays. So 2 outs right there. Briggs goes down on the 4-6, and it's a line out for Schaffner.
Just a heads-up play from Cam Kojal and Riker Waite to realize that Briggs at second was taking a big lead. Waite just sprinted to the bag. Kojal realized it and flipped it for that quick double play.
New batter in Matt Mura. He has appeared in all innings so far. Swing and a foul ball above the netting, first base side, above our heads. Adam and I positioned right behind the backstop, a little bit shifted to the right from the catcher's perspective. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. We're living in the bottom of the third, and Hyannis up by 1. Runners going. Pitch is swung on and belted to the right side. That one deep and over the head of Aloy. Sprinting are the runners. Coming in to score is Bates. No throw comes. All the way into third base is Mira. The tag is there in time. The run still does score So it's a 5-3 ball game, but Mira wanting extra bases gets caught by the gun of Kahio Aloy. So we step aside after the bottom of the third inning. It's a 5-3 ball game that the Harbor Hawks lead. Hopefully return here still dry when we come back in the top of the fourth. It'll be Adam Gotkin to take you 4 innings straight on the play-by-play, and we will see you on the other side here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they are ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
We're into the middle innings at McKeon Park. The score, Hyannis 5, Bourne 3. The Braves send 9-1-2 to the plate. It's Campbell Smithwick, the catcher, to lead things off. He walked and then was stranded at third, I should say. Back in the second, the left-handed hitter will face off against the right-handed pitcher, Tyler August, who's into his first full inning of work. He came in back in the top of the third and struck out Gavin Kelly to end the frame. August comes into the wind. Here's the first pitch. It's an off-speed in for a strike, in the count 0-1. Smithwick hitting .286 on the season. He's really putting a lot of stress on the offense this year. The 0-1 called strike, and it's 0-2. Big reason for that is just how much the position of catcher has changed recently. There's a great article on ESPN.com today by Dan Hajducky about how catching has changed as the 0-2 misses inside and low and gets to the backstop. It's 1-2. The article mainly focused on how, with the new rules in Major League Baseball around stolen bases with the bigger bags and the disengagements, as well as the new automatic balls and strike system coming in soon, the catching defensively just isn't as important. The pitch misses upstairs, the count 2-2. Because of that, a position that used to be a defensive spot is now going to be a offensive position in the lineup as the 2-2. Misses upstairs and outside. It's 3-2 because framing won't matter anymore behind home plate, and there's a lot of coaches and managers that would allow a couple more stolen bases if it means that they get a better bat in the lineup. Here's the payoff pitch to Smithwick. He swings and hits a high bouncer towards first. Camacho moves back as he fields and flips it to the pitcher, August. That's out number 1, and Campbell Smithwick heads back to the dugout. But Bourne now sends the top of the order to the plate, and Riker Waite stands in. He's had an excellent start to this game. Already 1 for 2 with a single, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. So he's done it all in just 3 innings. The switch hitter now bats from the left side. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss on an off speed, and it's 0-1. Waite went 2 for 4 last time out back on Sunday, and Bourne's lost to Orleans. Here's the pitch. Another looping curve in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Both hits for Waite came in his latter 2 plate appearances. He was hit by a pitch, though, in the first. From the wind, here's the pitch. It's fouled off by Waite. He barely got a piece of it to knock it out of the glove of the catcher, Briggs. Hyannis' infield is playing shifted to the right against the leadoff hitter batting from the left side. The shortstop Schaffner playing close to the bag. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a pop-up foul down the left field line and out of play. The outfield playing a bit back, especially the center fielder Jason Walk. The set, the wind, and the pitch. Misses low on a curveball, and it's 1-2 to wait. August peers in, winds and fires, bounces one off the plate on a fastball, and after going up ahead 0-2, Tyler August has fallen back and evened the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
When he's pitching a little bit more fast in rhythm, he's been throwing it a lot better, slowed down for those most recent 2, and now it's 2 balls in a row.
The right-hander winds and fires. Waits, swings, and hits it towards the right side. It bounces under the glove of McKay, and it's into right field for a base hit. That's a 1-out single for Riker Waite. That ball just took a very low bounce under the glove of Ryan McKay. And so it's a 1-out single for Waite, and it's Logan Hughes who stands in. As there's a loud thunder roaring across the sky. We look to continue to play on as a right-hander Roman Ritchie is getting warmed up. But no, there it is. The third base umpire Jim Fonseca motions for everyone to head off the field. And we enter for the second time this season a rain delay. The thunder has started. We still have not seen any rain drop down. And with where we are here in Hyannis, it's not guaranteed we'll see any rain as we are right on the edge of the storm. As we look up, there are literally clouds on top of the field, and then on the soccer field right behind us, blue skies. So we'll see. We'll have a at least 30-minute delay. Each lightning strike adds on another 30 minutes. So we will step aside and let you know any updates whenever we have any. But the score right now in the top of the 4th inning, Hyannis 5, Bourne 3. Don't go anywhere. We will stay on the air, but let you know if there's any updates. You're listening to the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network on Cape League TV.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day.